Hi, Ms. Schultz. Good morning. Good to see you. It's been a little while since our last visit. All right, so Bree kind of talked to me before I came in, and she told me some things that you'd like to talk about today, okay? So I'm just going to recap that for you, make sure we have everything. So you've been having a cough for 3 days, not getting any better, been using some medications at home and just not improving. She also told me that you're having some financial problems, that you had to move in with your daughter, and there's some issues with school. So let's definitely dedicate some time around that. And then I'll be honest, I have some things that I would like to talk about. Most importantly, your diabetes and hypertension, because it's been about 6 months since I've seen you, and I just want to make sure that we get that in there. But and you have a handicap form, right?
I do. It's right there in the desk.
Perfect. So we'll get to that too. But she told me that what was most important was your cough and kind of the financial issues we go through. So let's start with that stuff first. And then we'll get into your diabetes and hypertension after that. Okay? So can you tell me a little bit about your cough?
Yeah, it started a few days ago, and it's been getting worse. It's a kind of a over and over and over and over again, and I'm waking people up at night sometimes with my cough, and I've been taking the medicines, but they don't seem to be helping.
Okay. And with this cough, are you having any wheezing or shortness of breath?
Sometimes, yeah. I feel short of breath, like when I'm walking.
Okay.
And my daughter has 4 dogs and 2 cats and 3 kids, and it's hectic and stressful, and there's dog hair and everything all over the place.
I imagine that can't be easy being in that environment.
It's so hard.
Okay. And along with the wheezing, some shortness of breath, any fever?
Not that I've noticed.
Okay. And are you bringing anything up with that cough?
No.
Okay.
No.
Anything else you want to tell me about that?
Just that it's, it's really bothering me, and I'm not feeling comfortable enough to go try to find another job, because my breathing's so bad that I'm short of breath, and I don't, it embarrasses me.
That must be tough. So, you kind of talked about your job, so why don't you tell me a little bit about financially what's happened and with this move with your daughter and everything like that?
So after I lost my job, I moved in with my daughter, and she's actually moving out of state in 2 weeks, and I'm not really sure what's going to happen after that. I don't know where I'm going to live, or if I'll even still be here, around.
I can't imagine how crazy that must feel.
Yeah.
With everything just kind of being up in the air.
Yeah, it's a mess.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything else you want to say about that? I really want to make sure you're okay, because when I saw you 6 months ago, you weren't feeling the best then, and this is a huge change from 6 months ago to now, so,
and, I was going to go to school, and my financial aid fell through, so I can't do that either. And, it's just really, really been tough.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. We'll try to help you any way we can today, okay? Okay. Is it okay if we start talking about your diabetes?
Okay.
Okay. So when I saw you 6 months ago, we had checked your diabetes, and I'm just going to show you, because we can show you this, kind of like a trend of over time when you've been with us, what your tests were. So 6 months ago, so we checked something called your hemoglobin A1C. It's a measure of how well your sugar's been controlled over the last 3 months, right? And for you, we want that to be as close to 7 as possible.
Okay.
So when I saw you 6 months ago, you were actually really good. You were 6.7. Today, when Bree checked it, you're 8. So we kind of went from really good control to kind of being a little bit uncontrolled now. Can you tell me a little bit what's been going on?
Yeah, just with my financial situation, I'm not eating very good.
Right.
And I don't have the money to buy the medicine.
Okay, so can you tell me how long you've been without your medicine?
Well, I lost my job 2 weeks ago, so it's probably been about a week and a half.
Okay.
I wasn't able to get my refills.
Okay.
I just couldn't pay for them. I got to the pharmacy, and they were like, your total is $96, and I was like, I only have 25.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
So all I got was the purple breathing medicine and the puffer.
Okay. All right. So let's see what we can do about getting your medicines back on board. Maybe we can talk to our pharmacist about a decreased rate at least for your medicines. And are you checking your sugars?
I'm not.
Okay.
I ran out of my supplies.
Okay. So we'll try to kind of coordinate that, okay, today. And then the other thing is your blood pressure. Your blood pressure today was 160/95. Okay. Last time I saw you, it was about 130/80. So that has kind of shifted to being out of control as well. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me a little bit what's going on with your blood pressure, with your meds?
Well, I think, well, I didn't pick up this last refill because of the money. I didn't have any money, and I just got the breathing medicines. But I think that the stress that I'm going through is helping with my blood pressure. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when I sit down, I can like feel my pulse sometimes, and I wonder if that's high blood pressure. And also, I've had a little bit of swelling in like my fingers and my ankles.
So that definitely could be due to your blood pressure being a little bit higher than it usually is. Okay. So again, let's try to see if we can coordinate with Mike in our pharmacy to see if we can get something that can work for you financially.
Okay. And if I could have something that I just take once a day rather than a couple of times a day, that would
be easier.
It would be easier because I could just take all of my medicine all at one time. Okay.
That sounds totally reasonable. Okay?
Okay, good.
Can I take a listen to you?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to have you sit up here for me.
Okay.
Is it okay if I just lift up the back of your shirt?
Sure.
Alright, so some big breaths in and out for me over and over again, Ms. Schultz. Thank you.
Is it normal to get dizzy when I'm doing this?
You know, it's not usually normal, but it's probably because your asthma's acting up a little bit that you're feeling more short of breath, and that's making you feel a little bit dizzy.
All right.
Okay. I'm just going to listen to the front. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. Big breath in and out for me. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm going to have you sit back down here. Let's talk a little bit. So, yes, you are definitely wheezing today, okay? So I know you have your Advair and your treatments at home. But what I'm going to do is you probably need to be on something called prednisone. It's a steroid. Sometimes asthmatics need to take it to kind of calm them down when the asthma gets a little bit worse. Okay. So I'm going to talk to Mike about that. We're also going to talk to him about some affordable ways you can get your diabetes medication and your high blood pressure medication. And I think it may be beneficial to have a social worker come in and talk to you a little bit about maybe some options for housing if you're unsure what's going to happen in the next week or so.
That would be great.
And if she can coordinate with Mike maybe around these medicines as well.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, so I'm going to have Bree come in and back and talk to you for a little bit.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Is it okay if I see you maybe in about 2 weeks to check up on you, see how you're doing?
Yeah. Yeah, my daughter doesn't leave for 2 weeks from Monday. So if I can come back before then, I can be sure that I'm going to be here.
All right, great.
Okay.
All right, good to see you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll fill this out. So when Bree comes back in, she'll have this filled out.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.